In the next 9 minutes, we'll take you through Max Verstappen's incredible journey from 17th to 1st in Brazil. Rain, chaos, and seemingly impossible odds couldn't stop him. You'll see the key moments that made it all happen. The overtakes that left everyone stunned, the strategy calls that changed everything, and the pure determination that only champions have. By the end, you'll get why this race was so special and what it really takes to do the impossible in Formula One. It's a story of never giving up, believing in yourself when no one else does, and pushing harder than you ever thought you could. Are you ready to see how Max did it? The rain's pouring down as Max takes his place in 17th. You can feel the tension in the air. Max? He's calm and focused, but starting this far back in these conditions is a huge challenge. Visibility's terrible, and the track's slippery. With 16 cars ahead, kicking up even more spray, it's incredibly difficult to navigate. As the lights go out, cars start sliding everywhere. It's a wild scene, but Max finds his rhythm quickly. His voice is steady as he radios the team. Track's slippery, but I think we can make up some positions here. That's the mindset of a champion right there. Max starts overtaking other drivers one by one. He's got this incredible ability to find grip where others can't. Every move is calculated, every risk carefully considered. There's this one overtake early on that really stands out. Max spots a gap that isn't even there yet. He commits before the other driver even realizes what's happening. It's pure racing instinct. By the end of the first few laps, Max has already climbed into the top 10. It's impressive to watch, but this is just the beginning. The real test is still to come. Can Max keep this momentum going as the weather gets worse? Will the team make the right strategy calls as conditions change? One thing's for sure, Max has turned a tough starting position into an opportunity. He's not just participating in this race, he's making it his own. And we're only just getting started. They say rain is the great equalizer in Formula One. But for Max Verstappen, it's like his playground. When the track turns slippery, Max is ready to show why he's one of the best in wet weather driving. It's incredible to watch him control the car in these conditions. Max always says he loves racing in the wet. It brings out something special in him. He can feel every little detail, the car, the track, everything. When other drivers see danger in the rain, Max sees a chance to shine. It's not just about being fast in changing weather. It's about adapting quickly, finding grip where there isn't any, pushing hard without going too far. Max does this better than most. There's this moment that really stands out. Max is charging through the field, trying to gain positions. Suddenly, the car starts to slide. For a split second, it looks like he might lose it. But Max's reactions are just incredible. His hands move so fast on the wheel, he catches the slide like it's nothing. That's the kind of skill that makes him special. As the race goes on, Max keeps climbing through the field. It's like he's in his own race. He's finding lines no one else can see, using every bit of the track. And with each overtake, you can feel the excitement building. Something amazing is happening. Before you know it, Max is closing in on the top 5. The gap to the leaders is getting smaller every lap. You start to think, could he actually win this from 17th on the grid? After the race, Max called it a roller coaster, starting so far back, staying calm, making the right calls. Everything came together perfectly. But that's Max for you. He doesn't wait for things to happen. He makes them happen. So how did he do it in Brazil? It wasn't just one thing. It was everything coming together. His skill in the wet, the perfect strategy, his determination to never give up. Max took every challenge and turned it into a chance to show what he can do. But the race isn't over yet. As Max charges towards the front, the weather's getting worse. The track's changing every lap, and the pressure? It's about to get even more intense. This is where you see what a driver is really made of. This is where Max Verstappen really shines. Imagine you're in Max's shoes. The rain's getting worse, and every other car is diving into the pits. Your engineer's voice crackles over the radio. Your call, Max. In that split second, with everything on the line, what would you do? Because what Max decides next is about to turn this race upside down. It's lap 24, and the track's a whole different beast now. This is where champions are made. Max has to make a big decision. Everyone else is heading for the pits, playing it safe. But Max, He's got that feeling, that gut instinct that says, stay out. It's a massive gamble. If he's wrong, his race is over, but if he's right, he could leap to the front. You can hear the trust between Max and his engineer. They're on the same wavelength. Max knows the car, knows the track, and his team believes in him completely. That's what great partnerships in F1 are all about. As Max stays out, the GPS dots on the screen start shuffling. He's flying while others are losing time in the pits. It's like he's found some secret line that no one else can see. The tension's building with every corner. You're on the edge of your seat, wondering if Max has made the right call. Then on lap 32, everything changes. There's a crash, red flag, the race is stopped. And just like that, Max's gamble pays off big time. He gets to change his tires without losing position. It's like the racing gods are smiling down on him. This is the moment. This is where the race turns in Max's favor. He's gone from fighting through the pack to being right at the sharp end, all because he trusted his instincts when it mattered most. But it's not over yet. The restart's coming up. Max has put himself in a great position, but now he's got to make it count. He's closer to the front than he ever thought possible at the start. Can he take the lead? Can he hold on to it? If he does, one thing's for sure. Max has turned what looked like a disaster into a chance to win. He's not just driving in this race, he's rewriting the story. And we're about to see if he can turn this incredible comeback into a victory that people will talk about for years to come. Max Verstappen knew victory was within reach, but in Formula One, nothing's ever certain. The rain made every corner dangerous. One small mistake could cost him everything. But Max didn't let that shake his focus. He'd fought too hard to let this slip away. Lap after lap, Max pushed to the limit. He built a lead of over 19 seconds. It was like he was on a different track from everyone else. His engineer's voice grew more excited with each update. Then disaster struck. A safety car. That massive lead gone in an instant. The field bunched up behind him, hungry for a chance. This is where champions are made. As the safety car pulled in, Max didn't panic. He just did what he does best. He raced. The restart was perfect. Max pulled away from the pack. Every move was precise. He pushed hard in those final laps, knowing the tiniest mistake could cost him everything. But he never cracked. Never gave an inch. Finally, the checkered flag. Max crossed the line first, completing an incredible comeback from 17th to 1st. After the race, Max called it a roller coaster. He said, starting P17, I knew that it was going to be a very tough race, but we stayed out of trouble, we made the right calls, we stayed calm, and we were fine. That's Max for you, always looking for ways to be better. This win put Max one big step closer to his 4th World Championship. He extended his lead to 62 points over Lando Norris, with only 86 points left up for grabs this season. But I don't think that's what matters most to Max. It's about pushing himself to be better every time he gets in the car. Never being satisfied, always looking for that extra edge. This race in Brazil showed Max's skill, determination, and never give up attitude. And that's something we can all learn from, whether we're on the track or not. Max Verstappen just showed us why he's one of the greatest drivers of our time. He faced every challenge imaginable, rain, chaos, starting from way back, but he never lost his cool. He just kept pushing, kept believing. That's what champions do. They turn setbacks into comebacks. This race was special. Max himself called it the best of his career. Why? Because it showed what's possible when you combine talent, hard work, and that never-give-up attitude. Max's journey in this race is a powerful reminder. When you're facing a tough challenge, remember Max, starting near the back, refusing to give up. That's what it takes to be a champion. In racing, in life, in anything. You got to keep pushing, keep believing, even when it seems impossible, because with talent and hard work, you can reach the top.